Sharky said he'd be on today to play, and so I told him I'd be down. But if I endlessly queue ranked until then, I'll probably fall off a cliff. So I figure, why don't we watch some Roll for Sandwich while on queue? All right, picking up where we left off, episode 155.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Camden Games. Their new game, Asteroid Dice, is currently funding on Kickstarter. It's a fast-paced card game that just about anyone can play, and it comes with these large, squishy dice that you sometimes have to throw at each other. Follow the link in my bio or check out CamdenGames.com to contribute to their Kickstarter and get yourself a copy of Asteroid Dice. All right, let's get started on our sandwich. We're going to use the dice from Asteroid Dice. Let's roll for bread. 2, roll for each slice. All right, rolling 2d6 for slices. 3, Cheesecake Factory brown bread, and 4, potato bread. Ebony and ivory live together.
The cheesecake one's the one on the left, right?
Harmony. All right, let's roll for our main.
Right? Am I wrong on that?
2, crab paste. Well, I was in a pretty good
mood.
This crab paste is made by Princess, same as that chicken and ham paste we had a little while ago.
Why is that a thing?
This stuff comes from the UK, which is appropriate.
So, fun fact. I don't know how true this is, but I saw it on TikTok the other night. Apparently, crab shells can be used as a substitute for lithium in batteries, and it's like effective past like 400 hours of charge. Is at like 99.9%. I didn't look that much further into it, so it could be kind of bullshit. But from what I saw and like a little bit after I looked at it, after seeing the video, it looked like it was true. But if it is true, that is kind of cool that crab shells can be used for batteries. I don't know if it's actually true though. But yeah, fun fact, saw that this week.
I like crab legs and crab cakes and stuff like that. Crab paste. We'll see. It's forbidden sea nut butter.
Sea nut butter.
All right, next up, let's roll for cheese. 3, Swiss cheese. Holy cheese, Batman, here it goes. Many of you were disappointed with how I oriented the Swiss cheese last time to where there was still a hole all the way through. I tried to help you this time, but still couldn't quite get there. All right, next up, let's roll our...
How are you supposed to make it so that you don't get a hole through the middle if it has a hole? Because if you're slicing cheese on a block, unless you just happen to count on a slice that goes from hole to no hole, you'll never be able to plug the holes.
Roughage.
Right.
Double 5s. Double cabbage. All right, don't worry. I'm going to take care of this hole with a nice cabbage patch here. I'm going to really pile on our red sweet and sour cabbage. Oh, we're bleeding cabbage juice already.
Ew.
All right, let's hit it with some wild magic.
I'm not a cabbage guy.
12, mustard Doritos. Well, so far we have a pretty mushy sandwich, so
I want to try these.
Is good. Have a little crunch.
I've heard they're good.
And I like the mustard flavor. I don't know how it's going to go with crab paste. All right, last but not least, we have the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 13, English mustard. Well, I can't think of anything more appropriate than Coleman's Mustard for a sponsorship for a UK-based board game company, so that's cool. Let's get it closed up here.
A lot of mustard.
Get our toothpicks in.
Oh, did you see the juice?
And let's take a look at that cross-section.
Oh, that was gross.
PB&J from the bad place. Yeah, I don't know about this one, folks. Mustard 2 ways, extra cabbage, and crab paste. Let's see how it tastes. Like licking the underside of a boat. Oh, but spicy.
Average UK meal.
Mustard. Yeah, this is way too much concentrated crab flavor. I feel like the Swiss cheese accentuated it. This one's a 1.2. Mustard's the only thing keeping it from a 0. And I'm going to call it the Camden Crabbage. Here you go, Earl. Eat up.
That's an average UK
Thanks again
meal
to Camden
right there.
Games and to all of you for watching. Have a great weekend.
Damn, dude. That looks... Yeah, of course Hellfun says that looks amazing. Dude, you like Cheez-Its in like your... I don't know, your pineapple soup or some... I don't know. You make some weird shit.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Armor Class 10. Armor Class 10 makes TTRPG t-shirts and other nerdy shirts, and they have a bunch of great designs. Every time I wear a t-shirt from Armor Class 10, I get a lot of questions asking me where they're from. Head to armorclass10.com to check out their selection and use code SANDWICH for 10% off your order. All right, let's get rolling with our roll for bread. 5, cinnamon bread. Cinnamon bread, not a raisin in sight. All I've got left are the butts today, or the heels.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean?
Whatever you want to call them.
Those are things to
Next up, let's roll for Maine. 7, pickled bologna. Pickled bologna, a Michigan favorite. It's got those bright acidic notes balanced well with
Did I ever order pickled bologna? Did I try to sometime and it didn't work?
the fat from
Do I add it to the list? I'm adding it to the list. Let me see if I can find some.
the meat. Not sure how it's going to pair with cinnamon. Let's roll for cheese.
I don't know. I'd be down to try it.
1, spray cheese.
Oh.
All right, so this is more like a cheese and crackers type of a cheese, but I actually don't mind it on a hot dog. And bologna is basically a hot dog, so maybe this will work. Let's roll our roughage. 2 lettuce and 6 cucumber. For lettuce today, I have shredded iceberg, the packing peanuts of the vegetable world. Together with the cucumber, we're gonna add a little bit of moisture and crunch and not really a whole lot of flavor. All right, let's hit it with some wild magic. 6 pork rinds. Pork rinds are one of those foods that I have always been aware of and never really tried.
They're not very good.
Until today.
At least
pork
the one
rinds, as the name
I've only had
suggests,
pork rinds
are
once, and the one time I had them, they were kind of shit.
bits of fried pig skin. They basically turn into pork-flavored cheesy poofs without the cheese. They are heckin' crunchy, and
I thought they were
should
gonna be
make
pretty
this
good,
sandwich
but-
pretty interesting. Last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 19 mango habanero hot sauce. This particular hot sauce
like
is
mango
very
habanero.
mango forward and not incredibly spicy. I enjoy the flavor of it, and I think it'll be an interesting addition to this sandwich. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here as best we can. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together,
Raise things into one. I appreciate it.
and let's get it booped in half. And let's take a look at that cross section.
I don't know about that one.
That is a sandwich.
I don't
One
know
of my
about that
favorite
one,
parts about
Chief.
this series is that I'm constantly trying new things. And yes, I usually eat them the way they're intended to be eaten, in addition to just putting them on a weird sandwich. Let's taste this one.
Crunch was not good, but
Huh, that is interesting. The pork rinds and the cinnamon bread basically make Taco Bell cinnamon twists, which don't taste too bad alongside that mango habanero sauce. And that hot sauce pairs with the vinegar in the pickled bologna. This is surprisingly good. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's way better than I was expecting it to be. I'm honestly kind of shocked. I think I'm going to give this one a straight 9. And I'm going to call it
Damn.
Cinnamon Porks Crunch. Thanks to Armor Class 10 for sponsoring this episode. Use code SANDWICH on their website to get 10% off your order. I'm heading to New York for NocoCon. I'll see you on Friday.
that was way higher than I thought it was going to be. Okay, honestly.
Good afternoon,
hey,
D&D, TikTok,
maybe
and
don't
beyond.
knock it
and
till you
welcome
try
to
it. No,
Roll for
I'm knocking
Sandwich.
it.
Is where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'll be using this tiny orange set of dice that came in this necklace that was sent in by a viewer.
Wait, it's
Thanks.
cute.
First up, let's roll for bread. 1 hot dog bun. We've broached the topic of a hot dog being a sandwich or not on this show before, and I think I have landed on all hot dogs are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are hot dogs. All right, next up, let's roll for main.
I agree with that.
4 leftovers. And the leftovers I have today are fig glazed pork chops. Pork chop sandwiches. These were pretty tasty for dinner last night, but I'm a little bit worried that they might be dry from reheating. We're going to give it a go, though.
It looked pretty
That
good,
fig
actually.
glaze is sweet and tangy and worked really well with the pork chops.
Listen, I am a fan of putting things in sandwiches. Thanksgiving, dude, I will take all the rolls. Any rolls you have, they're mine now, and I will just build endless sandwiches out of everything. From mashed potatoes, turkey, cranberry sauce. Probably won't do it with mac and cheese because I just like mac and cheese straight up, but like, you know, anything you got that you put on my plate, I'll throw it in a sandwich.
Chops.
So,
Next
I'm
up,
in for
let's
that.
roll for cheese. 2 pepper jack. All right, I can see how just adding
Peanut butter and mayo, my dude. Dude, I ain't eating peanut butter and mayo at my Thanksgiving dinner. What the you
a
need
little
help.
bit of spice to this would be nice. Definitely okay with a pepper jack roll. So far, so good.
Not a big
Next
pepper
up,
jack
let's
guy
roll our
either.
roughage. Double 11s, double none. This has happened once on the show before, but it happening again is pretty surprising. Time for a little chaos. Let's hit it with the wild magic. 14 Grippos. Grippos are a Cincinnati, Ohio-based
I heard that and I thought something way different.
potato chip, famous for their barbecue flavor, and they sell that flavoring by itself as a seasoning for other foods. Seeing as we skipped right over roughage, I think adding barbecue flavoring to these glazed pork chops with spicy cheese, it
That's
all
a
makes
lot
sense
of-
to me so far.
That was a lot.
All right, and last but
seasoning.
not least, you have the D20 sauce roll. 6 Big Mac sauce. Recently, McDonald's
kinda
started
fire.
carrying their Big Mac sauce in packets. So what I have here is not a copycat, it's the real thing. I've always liked Big Mac sauce. It's nice and tangy. But wait, isn't there ketchup in Big Mac sauce? The answer to that is no, there is not ketchup in Big Mac sauce. Isn't that right, Chef Mike? Let's do our best to get this thing closed up here.
Wait, what's in Big Mac sauce?
It really doesn't wanna, but
I thought it was mayo, mustard, ketchup.
Get our toothpicks in to hold it together.
Onion powder and like paprika or something.
And let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section.
You know, actually not
worse.
bad. Not
All
bad.
right, second ever sandwich on Roll for Sandwich
I'd
where
try
we
it.
have completely skipped roughage. Let's taste it.
I'd try it.
Yeah, I didn't really have any doubts that this was going to be good. This has really got all the makings of a pretty standard barbecue pork sandwich. From the soft white bun to the vinegary
It's
Big
like
Mac sauce. Honestly, I think no
9.3.
roughage was kind of perfect. Maybe some pickles would have been nice, but sometimes simpler is better. I'm going to give this one a 9.5, and I'm going to call it the McGI Joe. I'm at NocoCon in upstate New York all weekend. If you're around, come say hi. Have a good one.
My guy be traveling. He's traveling all over.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'll be using these Arby's dice that were sent to me by Arby's. Thanks. Let's get things started with our roll for bread.
Arby's dice? That's suspicious. I wouldn't trust Arby's dice.
Cheesecake Factory brown bread. A little peek behind the curtain here. This is the point in the video where I get stuck on what to say, because the only information I have so far is what bread we have. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 10. Skip to cheese and roll twice. Oh man, the Arby's dice rolled no meat. That's ironic. All right, let's roll twice.
That's because Arby's meat sucks. The only good thing about Arby's is their fries.
For cheese. 1 spray cheese and 4 Colby. All right, we'll get a couple slices of Colby on here. Colby, no Jack, just like the end of Titanic. I honestly think most of the sandwiches that have had spray cheese on them have been wins. It's almost like rolling a second sauce. It's like sandwich glue. All right, let's roll roughage. 4 olives and 10 bell pepper. Always been a big fan of olives. I remember eating way too many of them at every family holiday function, or, you know, straight from the jar at 3 a.m.
Wait.
Bell peppers on the...
It says help me. I respect it.
All right, let's roll roughage. 4 olives and 10 bell pepper. Always been a big fan of olives. I remember eating way too many of them at every family holiday function,
olives?
or, you know, straight from the jar at 3 a.m. Bell peppers, on the other hand, are, you know, kind of mid. The best thing they got going for them, in my opinion, are their bright, vibrant colors. They're not bad. I'm just, you know, never really particularly excited to eat a bell pepper, but it could be worse. All right, let's hit it with a little chaos with wild magic.
Could it be worse?
15 cayenne pepper. Uh-oh, somebody heard me talking bad about their fellow pepper. D20 sauce roll. Big money, no whammies. 16 black garlic mayo. This stuff's pretty tasty with that caramelized, roasted garlic kind of flavor. It's funny to get it on the brown bread once again. Definitely not complaining. There are sauces that would have clashed here, and this I don't think is one of them. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
I don't know about this one.
Get our toothpicks in to hold it together.
Wait.
And let's get it cut in half.
Is a counter for how many olives escape?
Let's take a look at that cross section. Oh, whoops.
Oh no.
The color palette on this one's interesting, like 70s furniture. Hopefully it doesn't taste like 70s furniture. Let's get it. Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Probably would have been better as a grilled cheese, though I'm not sure what that would have done to the spray cheese. Also, I thought it would hold together a little bit better, but the spray cheese glue is not doing its job. Definitely a pretty Monday sandwich, but I will take it because I've had a lot worse than this one. Well, we ended up with a meatless Monday, unintentionally, and courtesy of Arby's, I guess. I'm going to give this one a 6.8, and I'm going to call it the jailbreak. I had a great time at NocoCon
That's
this
a
weekend,
little high
so now
for
I'm
that.
back and ready to get some rest. Have a great day. I'll see you again on Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
TikTok and beyond.
That was yeah, I don't like spray cheese. I think spray cheese is I think it's pretty gross.